what everyone wants, it's to be happy and at peace. And that's what every being is seeking and looking for in every action, every impulse. It's this: I want to be at peace. I want either to be at peace, to find joy and happiness, or I want to express this joy, I want to express this happiness, I want to share my love. This is the movement of life itself. There are those two movements, and ultimately they are one and the same. So every being is driven by this force of peace and joy. And that's why every human being is seeking. The only difference is not what we seek, but how we seek it, or how we believe that we can get this peace, we can get this happiness, we can have this love, we can be loved. The only difference within all of 8 billion of human beings, it's we all have a very specific way that we entertain how this peace should look like, how I should get it, how I should express my happiness. And but the specificity of every being doesn't change that the impulse is the same in all of us. The source, the origin of this impulse is the same in all of us. So with this understanding, it can be really amazing to feel the truth of this fact that we all have the same impulse within us. And when we meet someone, when we enter into a relationship, if we are deeply grounded in this understanding, if we feel this deep wave of peace within us, when someone enter our field of experience and a relationship begin, it's completely different. Because suddenly anyone who enter my field of experience, I don't see that his goal, his intention, his will is different than mine. Immediately I can recognize this. Oh yeah, he wants exactly what I want. Now, if I start to feel confusion or conflict or resistance, this resistance arises from our specific system of belief that we have. How the system of belief is of the mind. So the mind, it's a layer that cover awareness, right? That cover that which is aware. And from that, I'm perceiving the world and the universe and others in a way. So the resistance arises when I take this system of belief too seriously, too much as a fact. I take the mind as something real, as a fact in the universe, and then from this I start to perceive the other who have his own system of belief. And that's where the conflict arises. The conflict is between two systems of belief, between two limited minds that encounter each other. So when two minds are seemingly different, there is this willingness to avoid it, to run away. So there is this kind of pushing. I don't want this, and so the conflict arises there. And when our mind is very similar to ours in the superficie, we want to pull it in. We want more. We want to melt with it. The freedom from suffering is freedom from this activity of the mind. It's freedom to see that the image and the experience that my mind is offering me constantly, it's made up. It's not a fact, like it's not a fact that I can compare with something, like, so every belief, every image, all of the experience that this limited mind is offering me, it's an hallucination. It's literally made up. And the mind the mind is always believing, or it make awareness believe that the representation that the mind is offering us with a physical world, with peoples, with object, with actions, with purpose, with time and space, this representation is represent but something that is existing objectively out there. It's an object out there. I don't perceive it directly because I have this mind there, but this object is there. This person is there. This relationship is there. The universe is out there. It's just that I just don't see it very well because I have this limited mind. That's all. My perspective is limited. My perception is limited, but the universe is there. The strange thing, we are never in contact with this supposedly existing thing out there. All we know is I am aware, I am present, and there is experience that is there. That's all I am aware of. That's all of the fact of my experience. There is no other fact. So the more we start to disentangle ourselves from this mask that is the limited mind, the more everything is different. Because suddenly I see that I start to feel freedom from all of the conflict that can arise through this limited mind and other minds, through this limited mind and its in its struggle in life, with the body, with purpose, and in its desire, its pain, its suffering. And I start to see, wow, it is present, but I'm not that. I am aware of this experience of the mind appearing within me. And suddenly, when I start to meet someone, when I enter again in relationship, I start to see that the relationship is not a mind to a mind. The true relationship is what is behind the mind. So whenever when I enter in the relationship, what is really in relationship is what is real. What is real, it's the consciousness, the awareness that is behind, let's say, the mind. And that's where the relationship is. That's where the true relationship lies. This is where it is. So that's why true, relationship is not, we don't enter in relationship with words or sound or images. We don't even touch others through our body, through this limited mind. Relationship it's directly and instantaneous. There is no delay in communication. The delay it's an overlay of this limited mind that put everything in time. So I think it's very powerful to not only understanding in a intellectual way, which can be a beginning, but also to allow this understanding to dissolve within us, to dissolve into experience, and start to feel and experience in our everyday life, in our relationship, the meaning of this understanding and the effect that it has in all of our action, moment to moment, in our day-to-day life, with our family, at work, and everything. Because the more this understanding dive within us, the more we disentangle from this limited mind, and we see that all of the seemingly different situation that I am, work situation, life, family situation, sexual situation, conflict situation, neighbor situation, social situation, politics situation, war situation, and the infinity of seemingly different situation that I find myself in, different environment, different relationship, different way that I enter and I communicate. All of this apparent difference, it's only located within the mind. So what seems a huge world, very complex and difficult, and I have to struggle and learn and have techniques and tools, and all of these struggles start to feel like silly, because no, I'm all I have to take care of, it's this that is right here, and what is right here, it's awareness, presence, and experience. And suddenly everything starts to cool down and shift. And we see that the only true relationship is only with myself. This mind that is this limited mind, it's really like a mirror that is reflecting what I'm not able to see, that is seemingly hiding, right? So it is just showing me, in direct time in life, what I'm seemingly cannot see in the moment. And in that way, suffering and conflict diminish until they vanish completely. So all of the technique that we can read or practice or do, in essence, what they are orienting us to is this understanding that I'm speaking right now, that everything is in your experience, and there is no entity nowhere that can enter in conflict with anything else. And this is where the separation start to dissolve. And with the dissolving, the effect of the separation, which is conflict, fear, guilt, shame, anxiety, start to vanish also. So strangely, at the beginning, it's very complex, and the more this understanding unfold, the more simpler it is. Which is really the opposite of what the mind it's believing.